Come and talk and do.
Oh, we are not in support of threatening.
We are not in support of threatening, but we are in support of what the... No, look, let me state my word categorically. We are not support in impunity, but we support our young men out there who are in TikTok to set what the Constitution mandated for them.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. I was informed last week that a couple of young ladies, in fact in their 20s, had been actually arrested by a group of people suspected to be from the national security. So I was told they were actually kept in Laboni. You know, they have this national security outfit there. So I went there in the evening. I was told they were not there. They were actually sent to Blue Gate Ridge. I went there, they were not there. So I was just going back and forth. I had to actually leave the place very late in the night. And then yesterday, I was in time, I heard now they've been able to locate where they were and that they had sent them to the National Police Headquarters. And then I went there. My brothers were already there fighting for similar incidents. So I went there. I could not also find them. So I was told that they had been sent to Cantonment Police Station. There I could locate them. My only worry is that if we are actually practicing democracy, what is happening? We have rule of law. I am not saying what they've done is good.
What did they do?
I learned they spoke against the president. I don't, of course. So I'm sure they might have said something which hadn't been good. If that is the case, of course, I'll condemn that. And if you, in no uncertainty, in no uncertainty or whatever, sorry, if you speak against anybody at all, it's wrong. Left alone our president. If that was the case, I can't go into the case. I really don't know. But whatever it is, the process, I'm sure, is flouting the rule of law in our country. Now it's way over 48 hours. Young ladies, they could have handed them over to the police in Ashanti region. I mean, I'm not sure we were sure the status of those who arrested them. But thanks be to God, finally, they are with the police since yesterday. So it means that they had been arrested from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and today. So today is Tuesday. So you are talking about, 5 days times 24 hours.
Are they your constituents?
You understand? Yes, yes. Actually, if I say I really know them, no. But they live in one of the communities in my constituency, precisely Santasi. That's what they told me. And my only worry is that I think the laws of this land mandate the legal institution or the system to make sure that, offenses such as this, even if they are, because now they remain allegation, even if they are, they should be given the right to enjoy a bail within 48 hours. And now we are running into hundreds of hours, if I'm not wrong. And I don't think that really argues well for a democratic dispensation. I think it's not good for all of us. It's not good for the stability and for the democracy and for the fundamental human rights of the Ghanaian citizens. I think we have power to make sure that we have our freedom, our utilities, our satisfaction. And as much as I condemn any act which was wrong against our Honorable President, His Excellency, Gentleman Mahama, and not only him, any other Ghanaian has the right to keep his reputation and make sure that he can also live freely. Whatever they did, maybe the court will decide. But then, in trying to attain that, the due processes, the law must be followed accordingly, so that we can all be happy and be also sure that we are safe and protected and our rights are preserved in a truly democratic dispensation. I think that is my worry for now.
All right, thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
What's now from say the other?
Many days. I just power.
and I did today, but to me, the ending castle, and I can say, I'm the young man, fancy comedy, me, Yaira, Mr. Obama. I may have done the every assign sureties in Nadia Mom. And I come back to the police headquarters. The young ladies, me, Libya, I saw almost Yachi more TikTok Cassaway. It's almost since last week Friday. Year the baby and run on bar police headquarters, which I think is very bad. It's not fair now. Who's on the neighbor court? I call police station. Who's on the neighbor? I bet you animal still here with your person. No, what did you say? How are you? A temporary, a permanent. I'm going to say, I'm here. If you are one more time, you are bad. You say, don't let me a me. So the Sam, I can't get
So I can confirm that 2 ladies have been picked up by national security and I think on behalf of the police. In fact, since Friday, they were brought in Friday morning around 6 a.m. unbeknownst to us and everybody. Yesterday, when Mr. Obama was recalled to the CID, was when we took notice of the presence of the 2 ladies at the SIU unit of the headquarters. And we inquired, and it was also related to TikTok videos in the same manner that relates to Fanti, and Yaira and Co. So we inquired, and the same explanation was given us that they had gone on TikTok to make some disparaging remarks towards His Excellency the President. And I have taken time to listen to the video, and I can say on authority that you would not hear any threat on the life of the President from the ladies. What they expressed was a wish that instead of some of the people who were involved in the crash, it was other people, which does not constitute crime. We can decry language and all that, but we are saying that it is wrong the approach being used. If they commit crime, fine. But where people are being treated in this manner because of speech, then there's cause to worry. It is as if there is a deliberate attempt to stifle free speech, which shouldn't be the case. We agree there must be modicum of respect in societal commentary, but we are all in this country. We live in this country. We have lived in this country. We have heard things being said. All of a sudden, the beneficiary of distasteful speech cannot take even a pinch of it. We're in this country when people say Kumna Adomaye, Akufo-Addo, he's not a human being. Akufo-Addo need a paid but we're able to tolerate all these things because it's nation building. I will repeat again, you don't use the oppressive powers of the state in handling people the way that the state is currently going. Sadly, I have seen the very, very young ladies involved in this matter. They were brought in Friday, and we are standing, on the premises of the court. They are not even here, let alone to be put before court. So the state has held them beyond the mandatory 48-hour, threshold. They've gone beyond it.
But do you have any?
We're trying to request for police inquiry bail for them. The police refused, that they were going to put them before court this morning. We have been here since morning, and the police they are yet to even get here with the suspects.
Do you know their whereabouts?
I don't know which particular, cell they took them, but yesterday they said they were going to put them on remand, and they did. I was around when the police escorted the ladies out, so they gave them a place. In fact, when they brought them in, they took them to Buga, to National Security, and held them, for a while until they were taken to the CID headquarters in one of their offices where they kept them. But last night they were moved away to a different facility that we are unaware. And they told us that this morning they will put them before court. We are here, and they haven't appeared. And it is past midday, and you can't, it's mind-boggling what's happening in this country today. And I shudder to believe that this is the fledgling democracy that we have been building, for ourselves for some time now. It will be, dragged in the mud in the way it is doing. And in the media space, I'll tell you this, again. Today they are doing it to politicians, people who might be affiliated to politics. When they finish dealing with MPP people, they will come after the media. When they're done with the media, they will go after the clergy. When they're done with the clergy, they will go after anybody that.
What makes you confident in this proposition that you're making?
Because I can see it happen. Already journalists are being beaten. Joy FM journalist was beaten when they were doing some demolition.
Someone can also say that same happened under your administration.
That is why they promised a reset. And the people of Ghana voted against the NPP in the belief of a reset. Things done differently, much more improved. Even that, when they said we were bad, under the Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, we didn't see this nonsense happen. In the present era, they are so intolerant that even the least of critique, they are panicking. But we're able to tolerate them. We're able to take all of these things. Kevin Taylor sat on his show and he said, I should be killed. Me, Salam. The video is there, it's still on his wall. I have videos of NDC people after the election. They said they will kill me. I have them. They said so many of those videos.
But have you reported the case to police?
No. I will not waste my time. In fact, I didn't. And we're in office then. I didn't waste my time going to report to police and so on and so forth. Because most of the people who are making this stress are young people. I'm a youth activist. I'm a young person. I don't think that the thing I want to do is to go and report my young, fellow colleagues, young people, that they should go and arrest them and go and lock them. I don't think I'll feel happy in seeing my colleagues being treated in the manner that people are doing today. That's why I didn't bother reporting these cases. But they are dead. But I've suffered it. But we all took it. The president, the former vice president, minister, were in this country when Video 2 was killed, even though the man was alive. A lot of things written about people. All of that was taken in good stride. What has changed today? What has changed?
But as a party official,
and that's why I'm here. That's why I followed the case for a week now. I've been involved in almost all the cases. I will stand up for any of my party. I will. When we come out, we can have a different conversation on the approach, on how to safely navigate our ways on social media, how to do our politics on social media. That we can have a conversation on. But to the extent that we are going to leave them for the state to oppress them, no. Yesterday, when I noticed their presence, when it was brought to my attention, I quickly called lawyers to come in to stand for them. And today, myself and the lawyers are all here. But they are yet to bring them. And if, at the end of the day, they do not bring them before court, I'll organize a press conference and let the country know that this is what is going on. Gross abuse of human rights. Complete disrespect to fundamental, human rights, rule of law, and anything, that makes our democracy better is what we are witnessing today.
Yeah, yesterday, we Vice President is actually giving space to these people whom, to them, should be dealt with the law.
It's neither here nor there. I mean, I have
seen, a communication from the former vice president's outfit that indeed he did tell them that, look, you guys should be careful with, with your activities and so on and so forth. So he had a word of advice for them. And it is normal that when issues become tough and we run to people to help us deal with, and for instance, Fanti, recognizing the effort of the vice president, former vice president, to secure his release, goes to say thank you. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But, to the extent that the vice president advised, put a word of caution, advice to them, I think it's in the right direction. And mind you, Fanti and Co, they all apologized. In fact, on the live stream as the program was going on, he came to issue a disclaimer on the comment that was made. And the following day, did an apology. These ladies, I have seen an apology from them. But still, these people, they won't take it. If people have wrong, and that's what it takes to be a youth, that you learn. So when young people are learning, we don't punish them for it. So when they realize that they erred, they came out to apologize. What else do you want them to do? Unless you are just deliberately mischievous, wicked, and you want to punish people for no reason. Otherwise, what they are doing, they won't do it. Anyway, what they are doing is unsustainable. It's unsustainable. You can't be wasting precious state resources going after people on social media. So if 1,000 people today go on TikTok Live and are all saying things, they are going to run up 1,000 people and put them in jail. So it's unsustainable. And I think that the state security system should find a better way of handling these matters. Young people, on social media, maybe going overboard and so on and so forth. But in this country, we tolerated Kenny Jonas for 8 years. We tolerated Kevin Taylor for 8 years or so, whatever it is. People making much more worse statements than have been made. Not to justify anything, but let's find a way at sanitizing our system without necessarily being political and partisan. That's all we are saying.
Thank you. Come on,
You say on my own. This country with this nonsense they are doing.
Okay, so it's just a quick update.
The plea of the accused person was not taken. The prosecution just rose up and asked the court that they have not completed investigations and that the court should remand the accused persons into police custody. And the court gave blessings to that. A clear flagrance to the 48-hour rule, because the accused persons were arrested on Friday. Clearly, they have spent more than 96 hours in custody. So their detention beyond that time was unlawful. And it was an aberration to the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. Yet, a court of law has given blessing to this without taking the plea of the accused persons, without taking into consideration the ailing conditions of the accused persons. We are grateful.
What they did, honestly, I'm not a lawyer, but just see Article 14 of the 1992 Constitution, Clause 3 and 4, especially the 4. I mean, it talks about circumstances where if the trial is not done within the legally considered time frame, I mean, unconditionally, the person has to be released. And from Friday up to now, even the plea was not taken. Besides, the lady is highly sick, and she was just released from police hospital with all the drugs we saw. Into what crime? I mean, I'm not supporting the fact that if they had insulted the president, that was right. No. But honestly speaking, I mean, how criminal is this for poor Ghanaian young girls to be taken through this ordeal? And because of that, we are not even applying the laws as we are supposed to. I mean, purely, this is politics. It's politics of just making sure that those who are not supporting the NDC are being treated like they are not Ghanaians. And when it comes to their issues, democracy, rule of law, the constitution, and other acts of the law do not matter. I mean, can we boast of going through any democratic dispensation or boast of even the supremacy of our constitution? Left alone what section 92 of Act 30 talks about. The fact that 48 hours within. So you see that this is not behind the law. I cannot say the judge doesn't know what she's doing. That this thing is being done in a Ghanaian court. Democracy, after 30 years, we are seeing this. I am shocked. I can't believe this.
All right, thank you.
Result my campaign up. Hola. Yeah. I'm a campaign is simple.
Come and talk and do. Oh, say, I'm on this time around, and this, I'm on fear. I'm only 2 people. NDC afraid of them in Ghana. About TikTok. Because they have seen that today, TikTok has been the biggest platform in Ghana here. So when they hear the name Fanti Comedy, they can sleep. And I don't think this intimidation
will solve the problem.
Will solve the problem. Cannot solve the problem and cannot stop the good work that the Fanti Comedy is doing for.
You are not in support of threatening.
We are not in support of threatening, but we are in support of what the. No, look. Let me state my word categorically. We are not support in impunity, but we support our young men out there who are in TikTok to set what the constitution mandated for them. We want Ghanaians and NDCs to know that this country, Ghana, we are in democratic system. Citizen is allowed to speak free without fearing any intimidation or any violence. So, in this case, we support Fanti Comedy today, we support Fanti Comedy tomorrow, as the whole world will see how massive the MPP give Fanti Comedy support. It's concerned. And the democracy of Ghana will work. Fanti Comedy will continue to speak his mind, will continue to speak the truth, will continue to expose the NDC, will continue to criticize the bad work and the bad nature and the attack of democracy the NDC are doing. We are not afraid of them.